Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at Iotex and see kind of what's going on here, of course, with the recent increase. Help you understand more about best practice and big picture. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. CryptoCache.tech is the website if you want to go ahead and consider becoming a better member. Not member, rather. You're probably already a good member. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to become a better trader, rather. As a member, of course, you gain access to my trading academy, trading community, as well as the fact that I send out signals for every single trade that I take, fully automated if you want to go ahead and one-click follow. Anyways, check that out in your own time. Link in the description below. For Iotx, though, something just to kind of throw out there. Yes, today's a very good day, but you got to understand that if I'm not mistaken, there was news that came out that I saw an article regarding Iotx is partnering with Google Cloud. So there's a great chance the price increased based on that sentiment, and the likelihood of it continuing a little bit higher from here is definitely there, right? Again, just based on the fundamentals alone. Looking at the technical though here, let's go ahead and see some obvious things and find out if we have any potential for moving averages, or more importantly, a handful of other things that are really ideal to address. And this is quite interesting. Take a look at this here. And a couple of other charts have this forming here. Basically, we're up over the 50-day set moving average, which is great. So we had a full week worth of trouble passing that point. Today was likely going to close above that. Great news. It came right up to the 200-day SMA and perfectly turned around. In fact, that's a Fibonacci retracement level of basically just say 10 cents as a round number, and that is essentially a point of contention. In other words, the price will probably have some difficulty getting past that level just based on that sentiment alone. And you can also see too that that was a previous support level, therefore reiterating itself as a resistance now. Okay, so that's generally the concept there. We got some pretty strong resistance at 10 cents. Leading into that, is it going to be able to break that? We'll find out here in shorter time frames, but for now, a pullback looks like it's happening because it probably pumped in all at once, I'm guessing, or a very short amount of time, and we'll see what that looks like. First of all, another thing just to clarify really quick before we move on, one day looks good. We got a bounce off of 50 in the RSI, so when the price came down here, that effectively gave us a higher low, as well as the fact that we had a bounce off of 50 on the RSI, basically giving us confirmation that we're moving in the right direction. So very, very good stuff there in that sense. Looking at the 4 hour, as we can see a very strong candle there with a little bit of retracement, consolidating right above support there at about 9 cents. Okay. Good news is RSI is calming down, which is great. I like to see that, giving it a chance to kind of breathe and relax for a little while. Because if we can kind of see here with TD sequential, we're at an 8 right now, so the likelihood of further continuation of the upside is pretty low. We hit up an 8 previously, down to a 9. So you can see a lot of 8s and 9s on this chart. So Iotx has a tendency of maxing itself out. So with us being at an 8 right now, a pullback is a potential. Is it 100% guaranteed? No, but I would say 8.5 cents would probably be a realistic next target if it were to come back down and consolidate. That would be perfect because then it would be just above the previous high and effectively giving us that nice little healthy continuation for higher highs and higher lows, right? Okay, so again, looking very good there in that sense. Still just expect some kind of pullback because it is overextended at the moment. But we did have a nice MACD convergence here recently. That was yesterday evening when Bitcoin took off. All right, taking a look here at 1 hour. You can see that same increase there from Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin went from 41,000 to 43,000 in a matter of like 15 to 30 minutes. It was a pretty quick increase. Thankfully, we took a lot of profit on that one with our signal, with that leverage position especially. But again, it happens. That's just how Bitcoin is. You kind of got to be prepared and ready for it. Even though you never know truly when it's going to happen. Anyways, enough about that. Looking at TD sequential here on the 1 hour, not much to note. We've got a reset. Once again, big surprise. We hit a 9, got a reset, have been going sideways. So better case scenario, once again, is consolidating at 9 cents. Better, or equally as good, if not more beneficial, is to have a retracement down to 8.5 and then back up again. So I think 9 or 8.5 is the likely immediate next 24 hours for Iotx. Taking a look at Ichimoku Cloud, all green lights here. No need to close your position if you have a long position open. Okay, so all good stuff there in that sense. I'd be very cautious if you're going to consider shorting. We don't truly know how much higher this could go. Speaking of how much higher it could go, just potential-wise, Iotx has tremendous potential to spike. I don't think it's going to do quite as much as it has before, but you never truly know. It has a tendency of doing that. So keep this in mind. Somewhere in the range of 15 to 20 cents is still a likelihood. Is that extremely likely? No, but the fact that we have this nice fundamental news and a good partnership potentially with Google Cloud, that would be really important for Iotx. So good stuff there in that sense. But regardless of any fundamentals. Technical stuff looks good here in that sense. We just need to come to terms with the fact that 8.5/9 cents is probably the most immediate retracement. From there, it could leg up to 11, 12, 14, 15 cents, just based on its previous history and how sharp it can increase. Okay, so just be prepared for that. I would have some take profit targets in place. This is what we do in our community. Every single signal that I send out for my community, or basically every trade that I take, essentially the same thing, right? I send out 3 profit targets and a trailing stop loss at all times. Occasionally we have 2 entry targets too if it's still on the way down. So like 2 entry targets in this example would be 9 and 8.5 cents. But once you get filled effectively and the price goes up, you have a specific targets right below key level Fibonacci retracement line. So instead of 10.8, you do 10.7, or instead of 12.1, you do 12. Have profit targets in place to ensure that you collect your profits as the price goes up, because this one does have a tendency again of spiking pretty hard and then potentially retracing afterwards. So just be mindful of that. All right, anyways, hopefully you found benefit here, of course, and you learned something. If you want to learn more, again, become a better trader, I have, again, a trading community and academy that walks you through everything. Furthermore, the signals are pretty amazing. We've been able to take a lot of profit here recently. It's a really cool experience. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one.